Hello everyone, this is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm Stephanie. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about the month of December and your predictions. So I'm really excited for the month of December. I know it's going to be a really exciting month. For some of you, there's going to be a lot of big changes, and for others, you're just going to be enjoying if there are holidays where you celebrate or in your culture, then you're really going to be feeling that Jupiter energy. I was tapping into the astrology and I can already tell that it's going to be a very expansive and abundant month for a lot of us. So let's get on with our reading. So we have pile 1 with this polished, it's more of a free form, rose quartz, your soul shines. Pile 2, cut the cords of doubt with this slab of fluorite. Pile 3, the spark of the hustle with this beautiful black moonstone. And pile 4, celebrate your wins with this chunk of green calcite. So take your time, take a few deep breaths, think about all the good December is going to bring to you, and I'll be ready for you whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the rose quartz and the Your Soul Shines Sacred Creators Oracle card, we have your reading here for the month of December. If the lighting looks a little different, it's because I decided to make a new approach to this. I'm going to record the opening after I'm done with all of the piles, and then I'm going to put it all together just to get a better insight on how the reading is going to go. But regardless, we're going to go ahead with your reading. So what I'm getting from this pile, you're going to be finding two sides to either a situation or a person. It's almost like you're going to uncover something during the month of December, because I was showing the polished side of this beautiful rose quartz. Both sides are equally gorgeous, but the polished side was calling to me. And this is actually, I think it was a freeform polished rose quartz, and then it broke, and then the store that I got it from decided to sell it off in smaller pieces. So do think of this, well, one, there's two sides to a situation, two very different sides, because as you can see, one side is very much raw looking while the polished side is, well, polished. And then I'm also hearing that a misfortune is actually going to be very fortunate for you. There's something that you think is going to be bad that is actually going to end up working out for you within the month of December. But let's move on with your oracle cards to get a broad view of how your month is going to come along. So let me keep this here next to the other rose quartz. We have your soul shines number 34. We also have hostilities, conflict, unrest. What was I talking about? Two sides to something. Let's leave that over here. We also have positive affirmations, number 41. We do have 31 and 41. Also 3 and 4 coming out as well. 36, movement. We have antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Which is interesting that we have that with movement. I'm trying to figure out where some of these cards go, because sometimes it's like putting a puzzle piece together. Telling stories. What words so tender can be spoken so bravely, unless they are true from the truest of words? Something about the truth. You're hearing stories from people, but you're trying to figure out the truth here, because it's almost like you're getting multiple sides to a story. Maybe not even just two sides, but multiple. That's number 38, by the way. And then another Sacred Creators card. Befriend the word polarize. Befriend the word polarize. So right away, pile 1, your connections are going to be at the forefront of this month. Whether that's with a very specific somebody, I feel like for some of you, this is possibly somebody you're speaking to. I'm getting more situationship out of than anything, but it could also be your own relationship. This could be platonic, it could be family as well, because we do have this grandmother and her grandchildren here in this card. But I'm getting that this is something that's going to kind of come out of nowhere with antelope spirit. Life is speeding up here. It could also be that it's the subject of your life speeding up. Maybe some people are trying to pressure you into something, whatever that may be, due to your age or due to maybe there's a limited amount of time for whatever it is that needs to be done. And I'm here to tell you, if you feel rushed about it, it's not for you, because you should be able to take all the time in the world to think about something. And if it's meant for you, it'll be there for you. So whatever these people are trying to tell you, don't listen to them, because you listen to your body. I feel like some of you get the most intuitive when you're in movement. and when you're some of you may run, but whenever you're in touch with your body. So maybe when you go to the gym, especially if you go to the gym like at a time when there's nobody there, whether that's really early or super late or on an off day or something. But I am hearing that some of you really do get intuitive hits whenever you're in movement. For some of you, it could be in work. If your work is something that you have to do physically, you will know when you are in that zone of just doing movement. It could be yoga for some of you, what you need to do. You will listen to that inner voice, because I feel like that's the only time you really quiet your mind, because you're focused and you're not really thinking about anything besides yourself, your body, and subconsciously actually your auric body as well. I feel like some of you are very spiritual, but there's a number of you that aren't, which is very interesting. And I think that's why I'm getting a lot of this movement, a lot of the physical stuff, and a lot of family. So if you're new here, thank you for joining us today. And I hope this resonates with you and you get some good advice from this. But there's just such a sense of feeling rushed here, and I feel it in my core. I feel it like right here in between my heart. So I'm wondering if this is pressure from the family or from your friends, from your friend group. It could be pressure you're putting on yourself. For some of you, especially if you are very physical, it might be time to tone down anything that's a little too heavy on the body, and you might want to do something more soothing, like I mentioned, yoga, or maybe just stretching, or even like a light walk as opposed to a run, because we are nearing that time of year where honestly, we're supposed to be in hibernation mode. We're supposed to be conserving. We're supposed to be resting, but due to how our culture is now, we instead decide to work and push ourselves even more, because of course there's more money to be made, there's more holidays to do. Business wise, it's like fiscal years and whatever. For some of you that are in business, I'm sure that'll resonate with you. But I am feeling that some of you need to listen to your body a lot more and rest. And within that rest, again, you get that intuitive hit, that intuitive download. I'm hearing intuitive hit because for some of you, it comes in hits. It only comes like every once in a while. I feel like if you meditated, it would come a lot more, or you'd be more in tune with it. But for some of you, I'm really feeling that it's only like whenever you allow yourself to be in that space, and you kind of have to force yourself. With positive affirmations here, I am hearing a lot of you could use a lot more self-love. Oh, and it's interesting. She's actually holding light right there in the between her in her chest, which is where I was feeling that sense of rushness. So especially if you're very used to hearing negativity from outside, whether you grew up with it or you're just in an environment like at work, for example, or even your friends, where they're just very used to spewing a lot of negativity, it'd be very beneficial for you to at least say a lot of positive things to yourself. Especially if you're very used to an environment where there's a lot of negative talk, and I'm hearing specifically words. Positive affirmations can feel like a foreign language. They can feel very different and almost silly, really, I know. But even just saying a few things to yourself that are very positive, or even saying a few things to yourself around people, like just think to yourself, even if you don't say it to people, think to yourself, wow, that person looks great, or wow, that person has a really nice car. I don't know, thinking positively about people without even, with no intention to even telling them, can help a long way. Because I know people say, oh, it's always great to compliment somebody because that'll bring a lot of positivity into your life. I get that a lot of you are very introverted and you would probably never do that in a million years, or at the very least anywhere near the time we are talking about now, which is this upcoming December. So even just thinking to yourself how nice something is will bring a lot of sense of peace and a lot of sense of calm, and it will slowly condition you to get into that vibe of just thinking and hearing positive things. Because for a lot of you, you need to clear out energetically the gunk in your ears of all the shit that people will tell you or will tell you about other people. For some of you, this could be gossip. And for some of you, I feel like this is just what you think people talk about. I think some of us have been conditioned to think that this is just how things are, that everybody talks behind everybody's back, and that's not true. There are people who say nothing but beautiful and wonderful things about people, and we're very blessed to have those people, especially if you're very close to them in our lives. But positive affirmations, even if you can't say anything for yourself, which I very much encourage you to do, pile one, because I know you're a beautiful being, at least think about it towards someone else. When I first started doing it, I started thinking about all the positive things about my dog because she was just the most beautiful, cute little thing ever. And I would even say it to her face. Like at first I started thinking it, and then I would just go up to her and be like, you are the most precious, beautiful dog in the world. Like, how are you so pure? Just things like that. It's just, and eventually I was able to start saying it to other people, like my friends, and then, my loved ones, and then of course myself. For some of you, I really get the feeling, because this befriend the word polarize is very interesting, because I'm getting two very different meanings from it. And you can take either or, maybe both, because two different things can exist at the same time. That's one meaning of it. That don't be afraid to shock people. Don't be afraid to say things that are very opposite to what they are thinking or saying. In this case, let's say people around you are very negative and you want to start saying things that are much more positive. Like, let's say everybody's making fun of one person for, I don't know, maybe some kind of shoes they're wearing, and you think, and you're the one person who can come into this friend group and say, I don't know, their shoes look very practical for them. Maybe they're doing it to better their posture, or maybe they got them on sale, or, just very specific positive things. So don't be afraid to polarize these people who are doing nothing but spewing negativity. I'm also hearing that some of you are already in that energy of not being afraid to polarize. And I feel like this is only going to amplify within the month of December. So take whichever resonates. I really feel like the people who are used to that polarization could offer a few pointers to the people who aren't used to it. Because some of you, I can tell, are afraid of hostilities and conflict. Some of you want to keep your friends around, or this could be family. And if it's your in-laws, well, I understand you can't be 100% yourself around them sometimes. You do have to bite your tongue. But with hostilities, I can tell there's a fear of conflict here. Some of you are afraid of losing somebody. It could be a friend group. It could be a loved one. It could be a partner. And if this is a situationship, then, just be gone with them. If you can't have anything in common besides whatever it is you do that keeps you together, it's time to say goodbye, unfortunately. And number 31 is interesting because there are 31 days in December. So I'm wondering if that's an important date for you. Also the 25th and also the 2nd. I'm going to get some astro dice to see what else is coming up for you in the month of December. So we have this. This is Mars. Okay, I love that. Gemini. Yeah, lots of talk. And the 5th house, which is interesting. Some of you may be finding creative pursuits. I haven't really spoken about your soul shines. And whenever I think of this, I think of like Leo and the sun. Not the sun. Well, yeah, they are ruled by the sun. Not the sun in tarot, but the sun planet in astrology. And the 5th house. So some of you may be pursuing creative hobbies, or maybe sorry, I'm very tongue-tied right now. You may be pursuing something very creative that for some of you, you're kind of afraid to show this to the rest of the world. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm having a hard time finding the words for it. But it's almost like you're kind of afraid to express this creativity because you're afraid of the criticism that it may bring, especially if it's something very different from what your peers or your friends or your family are used to. For example, let's say you're into oil painting and you come from a family where that's not really something, they think art is pretentious or whatever. They think it's hilarious. But you really, really love making oil paintings, which is very different from, again, what environment you're used to. You're being encouraged to go ahead and pursue this, despite what anybody says, because you never know when this could be something that makes you like either a lot of money, gains you a lot of attention, a lot of followers, or really just helps you become the kind of person you are very much meant to be. Because there's a lot of creative energy within you, pile 1. I kept seeing it, which was surprising that it didn't like jump out at me. Instead, I was being forced to talk about the environment that you are in. Because for a lot of you, again, it's the words that are being said, because we have Gemini here. Gemini is a sign of chit chat. They're very, even the quiet Geminis, once you get them to talk, they make great talk. I know this because I've dated quite a few silent Geminis, the more mysterious ones, but they always have interesting things to say. But the negative side of Gemini can be gossip and petty chit chat. So that's what I feel you are used to being in pile 1. And even with hostilities here, for some of you, the ones who aren't afraid of being hostile, I'm hearing it'll go by so fast. Whatever situation is coming that has to do with like some kind of verbal conflict, it'll come in pretty fast and you'll be able to move on, if that makes sense. It could be like a very small quip and you resolve it within minutes. It could also be something that shuts them down really quick. But it's almost like something's going to happen, but you'll barely notice it because you're just so good at shutting people down, or you're so good at being able to make that kind of conversation. In fact, Gemini is coming out here because that's another Gemini strength, is being able to say exactly what is needed to be said at the right time. And with a lot of knowledge. Geminis are very smart, so there's a lot of good resources to back whatever they're saying. So, or if this doesn't sound like you at all, you could have a Gemini helping you out with this. This could be somebody coming to your help, trying to shut people down for whatever reason. So let's see, what else is going on in the month of December for my pile? Oh, Mars. So I forgot to speak about Mars. So some of you may have a very strong Mars in your chart. This would be Aries or Scorpio. So if you have a lot of those signs, or if you have them in your big 3 signs, moon, sun, and rising, then of course this is confirmation of this polarization. Some of you may have a very weak Mars right now. And I say this from experience. I've had a very weak Mars, or at the very least for a period in my time, it was very muted. And when this happens, essentially, you feel like you're not allowed to move. You feel stagnant, you feel stuck, your anger becomes very repressed and very bottled up. And when you bottle up a lot of anger, it can come out in very nasty ways, or it could, or even worse, it could end up hurting yourself. So, and one way to alleviate this is movement. So again, this would be hitting up the gym, this would be exercise. And what you're being encouraged in the month of December is to, 1, deal with it in a healthy way. Again, like I said, through movement. And also don't be afraid to express your anger, but not in a way that, in a healthy way. And I know that's easier said than done. I'm trying to think of a way. This could be through journaling. This could be through, I'm hearing, write down what makes you angry, or at least think about it, and then take a step back, let the anger subside, look at it again and say, okay, how can I get this point across in a way that is not hostile? With this card here, that won't upset anybody. So let's say you're really angry at somebody for not washing the dishes. Instead of going up to them and yelling about the dishes in the dishwasher or whatever is going on, you take a step back, think about it. It's like, okay, so why exactly was I mad about the dishes? You calmly go to the person whom you have this conflict with, and then you, as gently as you can, ask, hey, I think it's your turn to do the dishes because I did them last time, or these are mostly your dishes. Do you mind taking care of those? And as long as you're the one who's not reactive, that's fine, because at the very least you can say you did your part and you can move on. But if the other person's the one who gets angry, well, then that's on them. Because I feel for a lot of you, your weak Mars is kind of preventing you from moving forward. It's preventing you from really stepping into your power and in your confidence, because we all should have the ability to express our Mars energy in the most healthy ways and not suffer any repercussion for it, if that makes any sense. This is more about handling your anger and using it in a very I'm hearing creative way. For some of you, it could be this art that you're doing that allows you to release some of that anger. But yeah, it's interesting that there's a lot of fire energy here, because we have Mars, we have the 5th house of Leo. Other signs that are coming through. Well, we have a Black Panther here, and that also makes me think of Leo. And I'm not sure if I want to call this antelope like a ram's cousin or something, because we could make that out to be Aries, but we could also make that out to be Capricorn. But regardless, let's move on to your tarot and see what else is coming for you in the month of December. And some of this may or may not be in the tarot as well. I just feel like this is the biggest theme for you in the month of December. So we're going to start with, I'm going to do this in my 3 sections. The first tarot section is going to be general. The second is going to be love and relationships or friendships, for those of you who are not interested in the love aspect. And then we have career and money for the third. So for the general reading, this is the Star Child Tarot. Yeah, and it's a thick boy, so my shuffling of this is not great. So for my lovely pile 1, what can we expect for them in the month of December? General reading. We have the 6 of crystals. Crystals in this deck is going to be pentacles. So this is the 6 of pentacles. We also have the Empress. We have the Page of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands. What did I say? A lot of quickness. This month may just go by fast for some of you, especially if you have a lot going on, like holidays. And for some of you, birthdays. I feel like some of you have a lot of birthdays in December, whether that's your own or family. And if it is your birthday, then happy early birthday, my December babies. And we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, yeah. Some of you are getting quite a bit of a glow up in December because we have the 6 of crystals. It's the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of give and take. So here we're balancing out something. Some of you may be coming into your more feminine energy in the month of December because we have both the Queen of Cups and the Empress. And to me, they're 2 of the more feminine cards in the entire tarot. And with the Page of Wands, inspiration. So again, that creativity is coming through. Some of you may find more feminine creative aspects. So this could be, I'm hearing, like, especially if you're somebody who doesn't identify as feminine, or you may, I'm trying to state this in a way that makes better sense without getting in trouble and without confusing anybody. But let's say you're a man, a manly man, maybe you're on like some kind of sports team and you suddenly decide, oh, I want to take up watercoloring. It's that kind of energy where people are seeing that you're taking up a very soft type of activity, whether it's a hobby or whether it's learning how to, for example, do your makeup, when you're typically a person who's either very tomboyish or very masculine or very, just somebody they wouldn't expect to take up very feminine hobbies. And I'm not saying that to shame anybody. I'm not saying that to even imply that those are feminine hobbies. But there's something about becoming soft in the month of December, especially because we have the Page of Wands here. And this page is, she's very interesting because she's sitting down with this wolf. And I'm hearing that we could take this wolf to mean the anger that resides within you. And rather than being feral, we're taming this anger through our creative pursuits. It could also be taking a dance class, especially for those of you who feel like you don't dance, you can't dance. You'll be called to dance for some reason. And to me, dance is both feminine and masculine because you need a little bit of both. But I'm hearing that for some of you, you'll understand it more when I say the hobby dance. And through this way, you get your movement, you also get your creativity. And you may even also be surrounded by people who are very encouraging, for example, your dance instructor or even the people watching you. So it's that kind of thing that you'll be picking up. It doesn't necessarily have to be dance. It could be anything else, perhaps yoga, perhaps, I don't know, any number of activities that just bring out this it's very sacral chakra energy, but it's very creative. With the 8 of Wands, do expect things to speed up in the month of December, especially those of you who have been waiting for things to pick up, or if you're waiting for, some of you may get your packages delivered a lot faster than you think they would. That was very random, but yeah, do expect swiftness, do expect things to come quickly, especially around the full moon, because I am paying attention to this very bright moon here, and the full moon is actually after Christmas this year. I think I looked it up. I think it's the 26th of December for the year 2023. So some of you may be able to get a gift before then if you're waiting on some kind of gift for Christmas. But do expect there to be a lot of activity going on. With the Queen of Cups, I feel like once you conquer whatever this anger is, you might start realizing that there's not just anger bottled up in there. There's also other feelings, other emotions. For some of you, I'm getting a sense of of self-love, really. I wanted to say loneliness, and I'm like, no, that's not it, because solitude isn't a bad thing. Another word for loneliness is solitude. If you, I know you could see loneliness as, well, feeling sorry that you're alone, and solitude is just being alone, but I honestly don't get what the difference would be. It's just one implies that you are much more comfortable being alone or not having any. It's not that you don't even have anybody. You always have people. The people you need will show up when you need them. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. But I am getting self-love because I'm looking at the Empress here with the shining heart, and it's very interesting because your oracle card from the self-care oracle had the very same thing. So some of you may be working on a lot of heart chakra energy, a lot of self-love, and I really do feel like releasing this anger or working with this anger will allow you to love yourself even more. Some of it could be anger towards yourself, I'm hearing, and if so, then there's just a big sense of getting familiar with forgiveness. And maybe this could be something that you focus on in the month of December, is truly understanding that that we're all human, that we will all mess up, even the perfect ones. I'm sure even the person you look up to has messed up quite a few times, and there's nothing wrong with forgiving yourself for that, and just knowing and making a commitment to yourself to do better as you move forward. No one's perfect, pile one. But I'm being called to go ahead and go into the love reading, or the love and relationships and friendships part of this reading, because I feel like some of this may have something to do with that. So for my lovely pile one, we're using the Accurate AF Tarot for the love portion. Oh, and I'm also using the Creative Love Oracle cards. So for my pile one, we have the Magician, Synchronicity and Manifestation. For my lovely pile one, we have the Three of Cups. Some of you may be going to a party of some sort. Even if you're somebody who typically doesn't party, I feel like you're going to be enjoying something very social that is going to give you a lot of joy. We also have the Eight of Wands. Again, Eight of Wands. This paired with the Antelope of quickness. I swear this month is just going to go by for you. Or you will be making a lot of progress in something. And for some of you, it could be due to the help of somebody that you know, because this is the relationship portion. This could be a friend. For some of you, it could be a partner. Let's see. We also have the Hanged One, a shift in perspective. I feel like you're going to be having conversations with people that is going to allow you to see things very differently. And one more. The Two of Pentacles, fluctuation and adaptability. We have balance here. I love that the month of December is bringing a lot of balance to you, pile one, because we also had that with the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles here. So I feel like a lot of you are going to start manifesting a lot of good things within your social group or within your friendship or even your love connections, because I'm getting a little bit of everything. So this is very general for the love reading. Do we expect to have some sort of party, especially if you're the kind who doesn't party? Because I'm getting that some of you are thinking, no, that's not me. But no, you will actually enjoy some kind of social gathering where you gain a shift in perspective, and where you're able to really just ping off of the ideas that people give you, or where you get inspiration to do certain things. You could also meet people that allow you to really bring out that well, it's not that they're bringing out that manifester in you. It's that they're confirming or affirming that you are truly a great manifester, especially because they'll be able to see within you the things that you thought you didn't have. And I'm not saying you need their approval or that you need anybody else to tell you this. It's more like sometimes just hearing things from other people can really help you understand that you truly are a great person. Because for some of you, with the Hanged One here, sacrifice, I feel like you've been sacrificing so much of yourself just to appease somebody. This could be your family, this could be your friend group, but it's not going to be the same friend group that I'm talking about within this love and relationship section, oddly enough. This is going to be new people, or people who only have the highest and best intention for you, pile one. For some of you, it could be family. Maybe family that you don't typically see a lot, like maybe distant cousins, or just somebody who has known you from like previous moments in your life that are now seeing you now, and it's like they're they're telling you how much you've changed for the better and how far you've come. And they have nothing but good things to say about this. Yeah, progress, because the Eight of Wands here says alignment and progress. So there's something about this this joy that is coming up for you in the month of December. I'm hearing for some of you it could spill into the month of January too, because this could be like a New Year thing, if you're celebrating the New Year. With the Two of Rings though, I do really feel like you're going to learn how to balance connections with people, if that makes any sense. I feel like some of you are very used to being in connections where one person takes more than the other, or you're the one who just always feels left out somehow, or I don't know, just an unbalance of connection is getting balanced within the month of December, or you will start getting the small seeds of inspiration to know how to balance out connections. And for some of you, this could be the connection within yourself as well, because the way we treat others is just a mirror of how we treat ourselves. So if you ever see somebody who is just very negative towards others, just know that they are probably way worse with themselves, even if they don't say it out loud. But yes, the Magician, the Hangman, you're going to be manifesting things once you get this new perspective in line. And that's really lovely, pile one. And then we have the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot for the money and career aspects of December. Oh, wait. Sorry, I almost forgot your Love Oracle. That's why I don't like sitting, because I get tired, but I think on my feet better. That's an expression, isn't it? To think on your feet. Maybe that's what they meant. Okay, so we have home and family. There might be some changes coming up regarding your current home situation. A relocation could also be possible. This card also stands for starting a family together. So if that resonated for you for the pile, for the love section of this reading, because I did say that some of this could have to do with family that you're seeing. I'm hearing more like some kind of reunion, or maybe your family just has some interesting guidance that is coming through in the month of December. And then we have the money and career aspects with the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. So for my lovely pile one, we have the Eight of Swords, this monarch butterfly. We also have the Ace of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, lots of eights, because we have had 8 in every single section of the tarot. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, back of the deck energy, okay. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so we officially have all of the 8s. We have 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. For some of you, the month of August was the start of something new, and you're seeing the culmination of that in the month of December. So this could have been an idea, this could have been something that you started, this could have been something that you planned in August, and you will see the fruits of your labor coming forward in December. Because I'm visually seeing the 10 of, sorry, not the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, and I don't know why that came through. I know it's number 10, but I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune. So what this is telling me is that this is something cyclical. This is something coming forward. But you will be reaping the rewards of that, or you will be seeing the progression of that. And this could follow into the next year, into January, into what's coming. But let's dig into this. So some of you are feeling that you are caught in not massive amounts of debt, though that could resonate for some of you. It's more like you feel like you don't know a way out of your financial situation or your work situation. I feel like for some of you, it's probably more work than financial, but the financial one is very aware of inflation. But what I'm hearing is that consider this a time to rest, because you're still growing and something is still in progress, I'm hearing. Because we have this little cocoon and we can see the butterfly wings, but it's not yet ready to hatch. I know butterflies don't hatch, but that's what I'm hearing. But you feel helpless. And it's, for some of you, I feel like it's that impatience and that anxiousness that comes with waiting for something. So some of you are waiting for the end of the year for something to come through. This could be a job offer, this could be a money proposal, this could be more money if you're getting a raise, but you're waiting for something towards the end of the month and you don't know how this is going to go. And it's kind of just sitting in the back of your head. But the truth is you do have more power than you realize, because with the Ace of Swords, I'm hearing that you just have to plan and plan and plan and plan your finances, plan how you're going to spend it, plan how you are going to cut back on certain things. And what's interesting is that here we also have this snake, this rainbow snake, and it looks like an 8. So yeah, something about Kundalini energy. Some of you could be tapping into that, or you may be learning to work with Kundalini energy in a way where you can manifest more, or truly work through some of your blockages, your struggles, whatever it is that is holding you back. Yeah, you will be getting a lot of inspiration in the month of December, pile 1. I feel like a lot of time has passed, but it really hasn't. I really feel like time is going to be kind of weird for you in the month of December. For some of you, I'm hearing you're going to be getting a lot of intuitive hits, because that's coming up again. And some of you may have, what's it called, Neptune? You may have a Capricorn stellium, and you will really feel that towards the end of the month. And maybe, again, into the following year. Like, it'll feel like January is just part of December for you. So you're going to be getting a lot of intuitive hits during this month. And write them down. Make sure you have like a piece of paper or your phone or something where you can really write down these ideas, because a lot of these will help you immensely. A lot of these will actually bring in a lot of abundance, or a lot of, for some of you customers, followers, whatever it is that you need to get you ahead. Yeah, it's going to be very, very powerful, whatever it is that you're getting, because right now Spirit is like not even allowing to let me look down at the cards, because they need to get this message through. Don't be afraid to rely on your intuition when you get that gut feeling, when you get that intuitive hit. Wherever it is, it's going to catch you by surprise, and it might be somewhere that you're not used to being. So just, if you don't have a great memory, or if you might forget, make sure you have something to write it down on. You might want to keep a pen and paper with you when you walk around. With the 5 of Pentacles, again, we have this feeling of just scarcity, which is very interesting, because I feel like this could be a collective reading. I think everybody feels a little scarce. Again, with the 8 of Cups, some of you may be leaving behind something that is making you feel like you're not doing enough, or that you are scarce, or that you're just, that you're not enough. So this could be leaving a job. You could be leaving behind some kind of subscriptions. You could be following certain things. You could also be breaking up with somebody who is draining you financially, or that was not good for your finances. Some of you could be leaving a certain dating scene that is costing you money as well. And for some of you, you're going to give up something that was costing you. I'm hearing something that you either rented out, or that you just put a lot of maintenance into, and you realize it's just no longer worth it. I'm thinking like of a car, or like a rental property, or for some of you, it could be a beauty routine where you were just spending too much on certain things, when you realized even if you cut back half, you would still look just as great. So yeah, this is that budgeting, because with the Cups, it's a little emotional. It might hurt your pride a little bit, but the truth is you're wonderful as is, and anything that you're pouring too much money into, it's just extra. I don't know if that helps or not, because I really do feel some of you are emotionally tied to this, because the Cups are they're very strong in this one. With the 3 of Pentacles, some of you might be finding new jobs, either working multiple jobs, or something about working with coworkers outside of your usual workplace. So maybe you have a coworker who owns a business, and they kind of would like to employ you for something. It's that kind of mentality. So your coworkers could be hitting you up with even better opportunities, is what I'm hearing with this. And then with the 8 of Pentacles, just work. Some of you might just be in that mood. I get it. It's the holidays. We all want to make a little extra, and there is extra to be made. This time of year, there's more money to be spent. Despite what the economists might want to say, you might want to stay away from a lot of those news sources, because I never listen to them. I know that whatever I'm going to make, no matter what year it is, no matter what's going on. And that's not me being ridiculous. That's just me not allowing negativity to be fed into my subconscious. I feel like a lot of you could benefit from that kind of mentality, or that kind of habit. Because underneath the Fool, yes. So you're going to be taking new approaches to how you make your finances work. And underneath that, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles. Again, work. And underneath that, the Devil. underneath that, justice. Especially if you have a lot of debt or are prone to overspending, do expect it to be balanced out with the justice here. And the world, yeah. Wow, the the money and career aspect was very strong in this. I can tell. I know, guys, it'll get better, I promise. Like, it doesn't always last like this. If you knew the amount of the ways that I've made money, even when the economy was supposed to absolutely be awful, I don't think you'd believe me. In fact, I don't want to share for that very reason. Also because it's kind of personal. But yeah, this is all we have for your tarot. Let's move on to closing advice, because this is becoming kind of a long boy. I wasn't expecting the month of December to run on this long. But like I said, time is kind of an illusion in the month of December. Some of it will go by really fast, and some of it will feel like it's lasting a lifetime, but at the same time going by fast. So, for my lovely pile 1. See, I still feel like this is like the 3rd or 4th pile, and it's only been my 1st pile. We have the Pokami Omikuji. I never know how to pronounce it, but it's that Pokemon oracle card that I've been using because I love it. I love it so much. So for my lovely pile 1, some advice for the month of December, we have, you're not always right. Your job is to be less wrong. Especially for those of you that are argumentative, just know that you can't always convince people about your views, about your side, about what's going on with you. So what I'm hearing is that even if you can't get them to agree with you because, quote, quote, you're always right, or whatever that mentality is, even if you can convince them a little bit about your side, like even if you can get them to budge slightly towards your agreement, just take that as a win. And then we have wash your hands. What you do impacts many. It should not take a global pandemic to make us realize what we should have been doing all along. I'm hearing, 1, you might get some of those energy vampires. This is a Zubat, and he's a vampire-inspired Pokemon. But some of you may have to deal with energy vampires trying to tell you all kinds of nonsense. And what that nonsense is will, depend on who you are. You will know because when you talk to them, you start feeling tired. That's essentially how you can figure out what an energy vampire is. I know plenty. Anytime they speak for more than like 2 minutes, I start getting sleepy because they're draining my energy. That's essentially what that is. But with wash your hands, I am hearing just to be very cautious of keeping healthy, especially when you go out in public places. And this doesn't necessarily have to be with physical hygiene. It could also be your energetic hygiene. So just make sure to take some alone time to energetically rid yourself of all the energies that come towards you in this holiday season, especially after parties. And then we have Charizard, the 2-headed Charizard. What you resist persists. So some of you are having a hard time letting go of something, and I'm not exactly quite sure what that is. It could also be you resisting your calling to whatever this creative endeavor is, because we do have the 2 orange cards here, and I'm thinking of that creative side of you that is just begging to come out, and for whatever reason, you're resisting it. But I guess we'll find out in the month of December, because I don't know. It's different reasons for all of you. For some of you, it's that fear of being criticized. For some of you, it's financial reasons. But oddly enough, I'm also hearing that if you were to take up a hobby, you would actually spend less money because you would feel less inclined to go out. And if you're not going out as much, then you're not spending money on food, on people, on, ridiculous things, on outfits to wear when you go out. So that's really interesting. Okay. And then from the Super Attractor deck, we have, when I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. And I am patient knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. And these are very self-explanatory. I feel like a lot of you could use a lot of gentleness with yourself in the month of December. For some of you, meditation could be very beneficial, and for others of you, even just sitting to yourself quietly in silence and allowing yourself to be yourself, even if it's just for a few moments, could definitely benefit you. But this is all I have for you today, my beautiful pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Excuse me. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this lovely fluorite slab and the card Cut the Cords of Doubt, then we have your reading here for the month of December. So if you notice that the lighting is different, it's because I'm doing a different format to recording these videos. I'm going to record the opening last after I'm done with all the readings. But let's start with your oracle card. It's interesting because I didn't even realize this when I was choosing the stones for the cards. I just kind of go with whatever. I think of the number first, like number pile 2, I'll pick this one, and then I put them together. But it's very sharp, and you could easily cut cords with this if you wanted, energetic cords. So with cutting the cords of doubt, I'm also hearing to cut the cords of those you are attached to or who have attached themselves to you. It's more likely you attach yourself to them because, well, let's get into it. Let's start with your oracles, and then we're going to go into the tarot. It'll be a 3-part tarot with general love and health and money and career. But with Cut the Cords of Doubt, I am hearing that you've allowed somebody to come into your life that is causing doubt within you. And I'm also hearing, well, let's go on to the thing. Creator Fire, some sacral energy going in here. Family, thy love is present in the presence of thee, a comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul, with number 12. We have Sacred Action, Decisive Focus, number 17. We have Clear Your Energy Field. What was I talking about cutting cords? This is essentially associated with clearing your energy field of anybody's garbage that you've taken on or that they put on you. Sync with the Moon. And Otter Spirit, you are never alone. You know what? I was getting a lot of love vibes, like more romance in this reading than anything. With family here, some of you could be taking on, you could be starting a family with your partner if you already have one. If you don't have a partner, or if you just started dating somebody, or if you were somebody who you don't want to have children with, I'm actually getting you have a soul family that you kind of go to. Like, you may not be able to go home for the holidays is what I'm hearing for some of you. And there are others of you, the reasons why you can't go home are like, they vary. For some of you, it's kind of a bit of taboo. Like, maybe they're dating somebody they don't want you to date. And for others of you, you may be dating somebody that you're not typically, that you typically don't go for. So you're afraid of the judgment that you will get. For example, like a biracial couple, because we do actually have a biracial couple here, but it could also be somebody who is from a very specific, I don't know, maybe a specific background that you know your family wouldn't approve of, or just something that you know you would be criticized for, and therefore your family has kind of they've projected a lot of gunk onto you. Let's just say that, pile 2. With Sacred Action and Decisive Focus, some of you will decide, actually this goes with the Creator card, and Syncing with the Moon, because we actually have 2 sides that are kind of related. But here we have this manifesting energy. Syncing with the Moon, some of you will start learning how to work with the moon. I'm hearing to work with your cycle. And I'm hearing to work with the moon if you don't have a menstrual cycle. I meant to say menstrual cycle. I don't know if I did. First, if you have a menstrual cycle, you will learn how to work with this so that you can get the most out of the energy that you are given within that period of time, within those 28 to 30 something days of your cycle. And then for some of you are learning how to work with the moon, with the phases, which is how I work. Like, I know if there's an upcoming full moon, I do more, and I will naturally be inclined to do more. And if it's a new moon, I do less because there's not as much energy. But then some of you are also learning to work with the moon and how it affects your natal chart, because sometimes it's different for me than it is for what the actual phase is. So with Creator Fire, I'm hearing that it's actually more with creative work. So this could be, if you're some kind of content creator, you could be working with this, but you'll also be putting a lot of good intention into it. Like instead of just creating something for the sake of creating, you're going to put a lot more heart, you're going to put a lot more soul into it, and you're going to start seeing the results of that, of how genuine, honest work from the heart is going to be replied to a lot more than stuff that you just put out for the sake of having something out, if that makes any sense. And then we have the cut the cords of doubt. Okay, for some of you, these cords of doubt could actually be doubt in your process, whatever that may be. It could be your creative process, it could be your job, it could be in the way you create. So we're cutting the cords there with that. And then for the I'm hearing that for some of you, the connection you have to your partner could be affecting how you work. And you can take that however you want. It could be for better or worse. Because I'm getting quite a bit of a disconnect when it comes to this partner. Some of you may be talking a lot about having children or having a new fur baby. You could consider this part of the sacral chakra energy, especially if you are physically creating a child. There's some kind of disconnect there, and this could have something to do with some of you are receiving some bad juju from your family or from your friends or from like exes or people that are just keeping tabs on you. And you're being encouraged to really cleanse that energy field and to cut those cords, to just, some of you might just have to block them or unfriend them or something to that extent if you don't really work with energy. But a lot of you could really benefit from having to just keep them out of your life because they're truly messing with both the people in your life and how you work. With the outer spirit, you are never alone. Some of you might fear being alone because of this, like you don't want to have to stop talking to certain people, but the truth is you aren't alone. You will find better people who will support both you and your partner or whomever you decide to be with. And if some of you have to let go of a partner because of these same constraints, let's say you just don't want to fight it and you don't want to let go of this partner because you know they just can't seamlessly fit into the life that you want, know that you will find the partner that is meant for you, that will align with the things that you want, pile 2. I'm getting quite a few aspects to this, actually. It's really interesting. But also know that just because you're cutting cords doesn't mean you have to have a dagger, because anytime I think of cutting cords, I think of like swords or scissors or whatever the imagery is, but I don't think of something that, this is actually meant to be like a plate that holds other crystals, for example. I like to stack it like that, so that way they kind of vibrate together and have that energy within them. And yet I'm using this platform that is used to hold up something to cut. So some of you might find a support system that helps you get rid of these people. Some of you might be leaving a toxic relationship, a relationship that you thought you couldn't get out of, and you might be having friends that are going to help you with this as well. That's not going to be for all of you. It's going to be for a very few of you. Just stay safe. I wish you the best, and I really hope that you get out of your situation. But this is something that's taken almost 2 months to come to fruition, because we have 10 and 12 here. So the month of October and the month of December, which is what we're reading for now. We also have 42 twice. So some of you could be the age 42, or 42 could be an important number. It also reduces down to 6. So some of you might be a life path 6. We have 51 and 17. I didn't call out the numbers on the last pile, but for this one, I'm hearing that the numbers will be important to you. So the 17th of this month could be important, the 10th or the 12th. But mostly I'm hearing that you have not felt this powerful in quite a while, pile 2. I feel like the month of December, it's interesting. I'm feeling this right between my solar plexus and my heart. Mostly solar plexus. It's that confidence to be able to move forward despite having a broken heart, or despite, I don't know, just something having gone wrong. Something has gone wrong here, and you have to make decisions. Maybe this is part of the reason you're having to clear that energy field. Some of you could look into working with an energy worker or a life coach of some kind, because I'm feeling, for some of you, enough is enough, and you no longer want to carry this with you. And December is just going to be that month where you really make it happen. Perhaps because you finally have a little extra cash on you, especially if you get like some kind of bonus and you're able to have somebody to help you work with certain things. And for others of you, it's because you're just tired of the family drama that pops up every year, and you no longer want to have to deal with that. But yeah, you're creating wonderful things, pile 2. Let's move on to the tarot, because I'm hearing I'll get more insight into that, because it's very interesting. But also, I love this otter energy, this little heart. So we're going to start with the general reading. I'm using the Star Child Tarot for this. Sorry for my crappy shuffling, but these cards are very, very sturdy. And this deck is rather huge. Like, I prefer my decks to not be this big, but I love this deck. It's very beautiful. All right, so for the general reading of my pile 2, we have the Six of Wands. Beautiful. We also have the Knight of Crystals. Crystals here is Pentacles, so this is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this has been some slow and steady progress. We also have the King of Swords. This could be a friend that's coming through who has a very great plan for you, pile 2. We also have the Eight of Swords. Again, feeling like you're stuck in a certain situation, or you may have been stuck in a situation. And the Nine of Pentacles. This is kind of one of those happily ever after cards, really, because when you have the Nine of Crystals, it typically means abundance and wealth. And I do feel like for some of you, this will be the case. Again, if you get things like bonuses or raises towards the end of the year, or you just come into more money for whatever reason. So some of you will be in this energy, and you will feel that this wealth and money actually empowers you to find the people that allow you to go forward. Whoever this person is that is helping you, know that they are thinking with a clear mind. But they are also actually quite intuitive. Even though Swords is more logic and more research-based evidence, this person I'm hearing is actually very intuitive. And I'm one of those people who thinks intelligence and intuition are the same thing, so they might be similar. But they'll be able to help you out, because I see how this person is looking at this person who's trying to help themselves with this one sword. But it almost looks like they don't even want to lift it, or they can't for whatever reason. This person, if there's no other person and this is actually you could be coming into this energy as well. You could be coming up with a plan, pile 2. Just take how it resonates. You'll be very victorious in getting out of the situation. And I feel like a lot of you feel like this is, it's going to be harder than it looks. And the truth is it's not, because you will have so much support. This is very much one of those things where once you decide to step in motion a plan and to do something, everything that you need will show up, because the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who shows up just when you need them for the right things. This is usually physically. So especially if you need physical help getting out of something, they will be there for you. They will help you. This is going to be somebody who's, if you need heavy lifting, they've got, strong muscles, they will help you. If you need finances, they got the money, they will help you. And they're steadfast too. They're not the fastest of knights, but they're the ones you can rely on most out of anybody. So this is very interesting. Again, this could also be you, pile 2. You could be developing these traits within yourself. But the thing is, when you develop these things within yourself, you attract people who are similar. So I feel like both are true to some of you in this case. And then with the Six of Wands here, we have victory. I'm kind of reading this backwards, again, because some of you are kind of needing to see how the story unfolds. Because the Six of Wands is victory. It's overcoming something. So you will definitely be able to get yourself out of whatever the situation is. For some of you, it is like a unhealthy relationship situation. For some of you, it could be a work situation. And for some of you, you just might be stuck with a really crappy landlord and you need to get out. I don't know why that specifically came through, but this is very much what I am getting for you, pile 2. So let's move on to the love and relationships and friendships aspect of December, and maybe we'll get some insight into who these people are who are helping you, if you are having people help you. Because I'm getting that some of you are very self-reliant and probably wouldn't accept help even if it was given to you, unless it was just money. So for my pile 2, we have the 10 of Cups, abundance and attainment. I love that. We also have the Ace of Cups, spirituality and fulfillment. You might be making new friends that are very much suited to your needs and the things that you enjoy and what you need. I'm hearing mostly need. I feel like either you need friends or you need friends that just are better for you, because you may have been in an environment where it was not healthy at all. We have the Three of Pentacles, collaboration and competence. Yeah, some of these friends are going to come through and help. Some of these could be work friends as well. And then with the Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, new direction and walking away. You're leaving behind a situation, and I'm so happy for you, pile 2, because the energy got so much better as soon as I started talking about you leaving this. And then the Spirit of Wands. I cannot for the life of me remember if Spirit is a knight or page. I want to say it's knight because I think the dawn is the page and Spirit is the knight. So we have the Knight of Wands here, enthusiastic and adventurous. So again, if somebody is helping out, they could be a fire sign, or they could just have like a lot of fire in their chart. I'm also hearing Scorpio because they're kind of like the fire sign of the water signs. So yeah, whoever this person is, they'll be able to help out. And then I'm going to get a Creative Love Oracle card just to affirm anything within this love and relationship and friendship reading. Though for most of you, this will be friendships. And if it is love, it could be, you could make a friend that could end up being a lover of some kind, platonic or otherwise. Friends with benefits or otherwise. So we have home and family. Again, this came up for pile 1 as well. There might be some changes coming up regarding your current home situation. A relocation could also be possible. This card also stands for starting a family together. I'm getting more of the relocation from this though. Because in the first pile, it wasn't this reading at all. It was a different way of taking that. For this one, I'm hearing it's the relocation. And I'm hearing back of the deck for this, which is odd. I don't typically look at back of the deck. For this deck, we have children. This card signifies innocence and your inner child. Being playful and curious is important for you now. This also says that children play a part in your love life. There is a possibility of getting pregnant, or a new beginning is on the horizon. So I really do feel some of you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant. And some of you, if I'm hearing, you might unintentionally get pregnant by somebody that you're okay getting pregnant by. Take that how it resonates. I don't know. I'm not here to say anything or judge, but if you've been wanting kids and you just happen to get pregnant, but the person you're with is kind of someone, I'm hearing they'd be a good co-parent. But for some of you, if none of that resonates, which I'm sure that's quite a bit of you, your inner child is at work here. These friends that are coming through are going to help a lot with that inner child. They may be people that have a lot of the same interests as you did when you were growing up. So they really bring out that youthfulness within you. Or these could be people, for example, I know video games are not really considered childish anymore, but these could be like a group of people who are into gaming, or maybe D&D, something to that nature, because that is coming through very strongly. Or it could also be theater. I'm hearing theater, somewhere where you just get to have fun. You're really having a lot of fun with these people, and they're willing to help you and help you walk away from something that is just no longer working. And this is very beautiful. You have such a lovely community behind you, pile 2. And I can feel that you just feel very grateful and blessed, or at least you will be in the month of December. Now we're going on to finances and career. So for my lovely pile 2, we have the Three of Pentacles again. Yeah, some of these new friends could be coworkers that you never thought you'd be friends with. Maybe they were in different departments or maybe different locations. And you just start making friends with them and find out that you have a bit of a soul family there. We also have the Star. Your finances are looking great. And for some of you, if you're looking for a job or a new place to work, do take this as a positive sign. We also have the Nine of Pentacles again. So I really do feel you'll be making quite a bit of money in the month of December. Or at the very least, you'll be financially stable if you're just looking for stability. You could be paying off a lot of debts as well. Again, especially if you get like a bonus or something. For some of you, I'm hearing sign-on bonus. You could use this to knock out a lot of your debt. Let's see. Or to bring up your credit score, whichever resonates. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. Lots of good luck. Lots of good luck in your finances and career, pile 2. This is beautiful. And the Two of Wands. So some of you may be starting to plan, especially once your finances are in order and once you're out of a certain situation when you no longer feel like you're being drained or just not feeling well, you'll be able to plan things out a lot better. Because I'm hearing some of you want to really get back on working on your retirement if you're closer to that age, or maybe paying off certain loans, or making some kind of financial move that will allow you to get further ahead. And you will have the funds to do so, at least in the month of December or by the end of the month of December. Or if you're getting an offer in the month of December, you could be using that as a way to start planning out how your finances for 2024 might be. I feel like some of these friends may be encouraging that within you as well, because you see how they got to where they are and you realize where they came from. And if they can do it, why can't you do it either? So if they have good financial advice to give you, by all means, listen to them. Because I am getting with all these pentacles here that these people know what they are doing, especially if they have a really good home and family, and that's something you would like to have as well. Pile 2. Yeah, this is a very lovely pile. I love this energy for you, and I love that you're getting out of the situation and you're going to become like this. It's interesting that I had to read this backwards, because here we have this hooded person holding this light, almost like they're praying for a way out, and out here this light is right above them and they're shining and glowing and wearing this wonderful dress, holding their wand. And I take that to mean holding their power. But yeah, this is your tarot portion, and now let's move on to the advice from my beautiful pile 2. We're cutting cords, letting go of stuff that doesn't suit us, and making money in the month of December. And if that's not good stuff, then I don't know what is. All right. And if you don't want children, remember, just use protection. Use all the features in place so that you don't get what you want. For some of you, it could be a fur baby. It could be like a cat or a dog. That could be part of your financial planning. Maybe you want to own a pet and you want to be able to finance them. A very organized group we have here. So, from the Super Attractors deck, we have... My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. So some of you, in your previous connections or relationships, you may not have felt very safe. And I'm not talking about physically, it's more emotionally. I feel like some of you may have come from a situation where you just felt very vulnerable for whatever reason, or that you weren't enough. You may have had a lot of suspicions about your partner straying from you. And if so, that's not love. Whenever you have any doubts about them, whether they're true to you, I'm here to tell you that's not love at all. And then we also have, when I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. And this came out in pile 1 as well. But for you, I feel like this resonates more than my first pile, because you know how to live and act out of a place of alignment. I feel like some of you have kind of gotten out of alignment for a while. That's part of the reason you really need to cleanse, or maybe you needed to seek some kind of spiritual life coach, because you knew you had to get back on track. And that's okay. Sometimes we slip up, and sometimes we need, somebody else to give us this perspective and to help us get back to where we are. I'm hearing that you need one more card. I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. Yeah, once you accept that things come easily into your life, they will. And I feel like you already knew this, but this is just confirmation that you need to truly believe this, to truly digest this within your soul again. Pile 2. And then we have the Pokemon Oracle deck. We have the withdrawal. Yeah, some of you might have withdrawal symptoms from getting out of your situation, whatever that may be. So for example, let's say you really miss your person or your place or whatever, and you find yourself driving back. Let's say you left a certain area or a certain apartment, but you really loved where you were, but you could no longer afford or stay there because you didn't feel safe for whatever reason. You find yourself going back to that area. Like you'll drive back and like hang out there as if you still lived there. That's kind of a withdrawal symptom. So it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It's just like, what are you doing? You no longer live here. You live 20 minutes that way. So it's that kind of situation. And if it's a partner, well, just don't fall for the thirst traps is what I'm hearing. And then for the Pokemon, avec le peur du vide, penetrate the superficial. Yeah, I feel like some of you got caught up with a lot of what was going on outside, that you weren't really looking at the toxicity that was inside. This is coughing. It's a poisonous Pokemon. So I feel like some of you just got so used to being in this toxicity that you didn't realize it was hurting you. I think avec le peur du vide means with fear of life. With the fear of life. Maybe you started fearing life due to this toxicity. If you speak French, please let me know if that's what that means. I know sometimes it's a saying that can mean something else, but I'm interpreting it very literally. Some of you may have started to fear life, because even this Tangela looks like it's afraid of everything. But look at all this beauty over here. all this color and the shining star. I've been having to read these cards backwards for you a lot, pile 2. So I'm wondering if you feel that your life was going backwards for a bit, or that you're doing things backwards. So, my pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I wish you nothing but the best. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I wish you a very happy December, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this beautiful black moonstone and the spark of the hustle, number 17, then we have a reading here for you today about the month of December and what you will be expecting or anticipating. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know, you had the most cards out of every pile. Like every time I drew a card for every, because I try to draw at least one for every pile, I kept getting 2 for you. So whatever you're doing in the month of December, expect it to multiply at least by 2. This could be money. This could be the effort you're putting in to get the outcome that you want. This could also be just you doing the same amount of work, but getting double the result, if that makes any sense. So a lot of abundance within this pile already, I can tell, especially with the spark of the hustle. Some of you may be working more, but you'll be getting the benefits of that. You'll be getting that reward from having the hustle going on within the month of December for you. So let's start with your oracles, and let's hope there's room, because we have healing the heart, power of self-love, number 27. Summoning power, instinct, intellect, and control. We have burning bowl ritual. A lot of 7s. We already have 3 7s. So this will be a very lucky month for you. We also have drink tea, number 21. Grasshopper spirit, number 30, take a leap of faith. Cold moon, take with thy the dreariest of moments. Release me for their tongue and nourish me with light. So some of you could be working with full moon energy, because look how similar these 2 cards are. We have a full moon and a woman in white gown. And wolves. Very similar. So we also have light in the unexpected, and nourish the sacred feminine. So some of you are doing hermit energy big time. And you're learning to work with the power of self-love. You're summoning power in the cold moon. I'm getting that a lot of you are learning to work with light. So you could be light workers, you could be energy workers, you could be learning that during a full moon your power becomes a lot stronger, your manifestations become a lot stronger, your intentions gain a lot more momentum during this time as well. With burning bowl ritual, some of you could be using fire. I know I do. I like to channel when I have candles, because it just allows inspiration to come through a lot faster. Some of you could be pouring intention to your tea. Honestly, it's giving me a lot of very witchy vibes, but in a good way. Not the negative side of stuff. It's more like you're learning how to just be yourself and work within your energy. And a lot of you, I can tell, are just finding abundance in the sense that you just love life. Because I'm getting such a sense of satisfaction and gratitude, and very grounded as well. It's a very grounded energy. It's really lovely. With light in the unexpected, I feel like you're going to be not just bringing light to the most unexpected of places. Like, let's say you go somewhere where it's not the best. For some of you, this could be somewhere like a shelter, or just somewhere where there's been a lot of pain and hurt. I feel like you're going to bring a lot of light into it, and people will just be awed by the aura that you bring, by this air of love and purity that you bring. You could also be finding light within people. Some of you could become healers this month. Like, you may start your business, or you may start realizing that you very much can take this on by bringing light into certain people. And I'm hearing mostly with like children and dogs to begin with, because I think they're the most open to receiving light. But you may also start seeing that within certain friends or certain people that you just know are going through a hard time. Some of you are truly becoming magical in the month of December, and it's very powerful. With nourish the sacred feminine, a lot of you are tapping into your feminine energy, but you're finding a lot of power within this. I feel like, especially if you're very used to being in your masculine energy, you thought that was the only way to have power. But now you're finding that this passive feminine energy, which I truly believe the whole season of winter can be, is very much much more powerful, because this is the power that nobody sees coming. This is that slow moving, very quiet, subdued power that feels more like gravity. It's very interesting. It's very profound as well. It's like, you know how people are always afraid of the silent types? It's giving me that. Like, they're always afraid of the quiet ones because you never know what they're thinking, what they would say, and how they can manage to stay so quiet and so calm and collected. So it's very interesting. With healing the heart, the power of self-love, some of you might decide to be single this season, or if you're typically somebody who goes out on dates or decides to just have fun. Not that there's anything wrong with having fun. You might decide to just abstain from that for a while to truly focus on yourself. Because during the month of December, you are truly focusing on yourself, or at the very least, you are being encouraged to do so. But take a leap of faith. It's very interesting. I'm wondering if you're preparing for something, specifically something coming up in 2024 or in January, because we have the 30th here, and that's close to the end of the month, because December has 31 days. So I'm wondering if you're preparing to start or launch something within the coming year. And what that is could be anything. I'm just feeling that you're truly in this preparation mode, drinking your teas, burning that which no longer serves you, summoning your power, bringing in the light, and nourishing the sacred feminine. Which is odd, because for a lot of you, I was getting this hustle energy at the beginning. But I'm wondering if this is just your new way of hustling, is taking care of yourself and knowing that everything else will be taken care of. It's really beautiful, honestly, to know that within taking care of yourself, you will manifest that which you need, whether it's money, whether it's resources, whether it's, whatever it is that you need in life. So we have the number 7 coming through 3 times. And the number 7 is a very spiritual number in numerology. This is being one with the divine. All of the houses that, well, no, not all of them, but a lot of the houses that I lived in have been number 7s, including the current one that I am in. And they're very quiet houses. These are not houses that are like the party house of the neighborhood. Sometimes they are the haunted house of the neighborhood, only because of how much energy is stored within it. So it could either be a very calm, serene, tranquil energy, or the people who live in it could just be they live with fear, is the way I like to say it, because they'll be very obnoxious, they'll be very loud. It's like anytime somebody tries to be unnecessarily loud, they're trying to quiet that which they hear subconsciously, or they're trying to get rid of fears. It's kind of like when you're walking alone in the woods and you want to make a lot of loud noise to scare off all the animals so that they don't come at you. It's that kind of energy. It gives that. So whichever resonates more for you, I can tell it's more peaceful and serene. And you may have been in that energy that I just described in previous years or when you were younger. But I can definitely tell there's a very spiritual side to this pile. These are my energy workers. These are my light beings. These are my beautiful crystal souls. And I am here for you. I love all of you. Thank you for being here to let me read for you for the month of December. The full moon could be of importance because we have it here twice. And the full moon this month is going to be the 26th of December, so right after Christmas if you celebrate that. And it's interesting because it's only 4 days away from the 30th, so I'm wondering if you're truly learning to work with the moon phases. Some of you may have come from pile 2, because that was brought up, but very briefly in that video as well. In that pile as well. And you did choose the black moonstone. So again, synchronicity here. Some of you may be letting go of something. I'm getting that more with the burning bowl ritual. You could be burning, for some of you, it's old diaries of a past self that you no longer resonate with, but you're doing it in a very loving way. It's like you're thanking your old self for being the way they were because it was keeping you protected. But now that you're older and you understand and that you've changed, you know that that energy is no longer needed there. So you're just burning them with a lot of love. Some of you could be burning old letters from certain people, or maybe bills you kept getting, especially if you're somebody who's like finally paid off all your debt and you want to burn all the bills as a symbolic way of like being done with that phase of your life. With drink tea, I'm hearing a lot of you could benefit from a lot of more holistic remedies. So you could be stocking up on tea. You could be trying to grow your own garden so that you can harvest teas naturally. and that way you just know where they come from. But yeah, you're doing a lot of beautiful work in the month of December, pile 3. And it's actually bringing forth a lot of abundance. Like I said, it's very grounding. But let's move on with your tarot to see what else the month of December has for you. So we're going to use the Star Child Tarot for the general reading. And then we're doing the love and relationships reading in the next row. And then the last row is going to be career and money. So for the general reading, my pile 3, we have the 4 of Swords. Yeah, lots of rest. I feel like you're resting so much this month. But it's strategic. You know you need to rest because the next year is going to be important. We also have the Ace of Swords, new ideas. You could be coming up with a lot of new, you could be brainstorming a lot within this resting period. You also have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, nourishing that intellectual side of you. A lot of you could be researchers. We have the 7 of Wands. Oh, that's cute. I love a little tiger. The 7 of Wands. And one last card. We have the Hierophant. So some of you are kind of brushing up on your, I'm hearing getting back of the deck energy, okay. Ace of Cups. Okay, lovely. So some of you are brushing up on a lot of your work, a lot of your energy work or spell work or whatever it is you do, your manifestations. I feel like you're going back to the drawing board and learning how to better work with this. Some of you are also gaining clarity within your throat chakra, because my throat has been hurting all morning and this has been the first pile where that has stopped. So that's very interesting. I really feel a lot of you are learning how to work with your chakras as well, especially if you are a light worker or an energy worker. And it's just brushing up on the things you know. Sometimes when we think we know something, we go back and redo it and we relearn the things, or we strengthen certain things, or we learn different aspects. And as I'm saying this, the sun is shining so brightly. It's like coming through the clouds. I love it. But with the 4 of Swords, we're resting. We're brainstorming, coming up with ideas. We're nourishing our mind. And within nourishing our mind, we're also nourishing the body and soul. And then with the 7 of Wands, it's very interesting because it kind of stands out. But then we also have the Ace of Cups here. So the Ace of Cups, I'm hearing it's more for self-love. You're finding a new beginning, a new chapter in this, a new emotional chapter in life, really, more than anything. And underneath that, what do we have? We have the 3 of Swords. Some of you may have been going through a breakup. So you're definitely cleansing yourself of this situation, of whatever it is that you left behind. If it's not a breakup, it could be leaving behind like a job or a family or something where that was just damaging you, really. And I feel like you're just trying to recuperate a lot of that energy, a lot of what is truly you, your true essence is what you're trying to bring back. But let me look into the 7 of Wands, because I'm getting that somebody possibly backstabbed you. But we also have a tiger there. And it's giving me Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, I won't lie. But it's funny. It's like, even if you have something like a tiger around, that's not going to prevent her from having all the stuff that happened to her. She still got kidnapped. The message, a positive change is upon you as you stand out as victorious. Any projects or ideas you have are moving along at a perfect pace. Expect to triumph through your own personal courage and inner strength while overcoming any challenges you may be having. This is a very dynamic and energetic time in your life, so it is important that you stay strong and assert yourself. Do not be afraid to speak your truth. Look ahead with confidence and optimism. Okay, so this is more positive than... Yeah, because I typically take the 7 of Wands to mean struggle or defeat, but this is more of a positive change. This is giving me more like 3 of Wands vibes here. And this is from the Star Child handbook that it comes with. I just had to look it up because I was getting mixed vibes from this. So yeah, you're coming out of this victorious, pile 3. Whatever it is that you went through, whatever it is that really left you emotionally drained or broke your heart or whatever it is, you're starting anew. And you literally have the power in the palm of your hands, like the Hierophant here. And I love that this Hierophant embodies everything that I feel this card means. Somebody who is showing you the way, somebody who is showing you the light. You could be having a mentor if you need that, but I feel like it's mostly going to be within you. You're going to relearn the things that you already knew. You're going to learn how to amplify your power, your energy. You're honestly learning how to be your most confident self. You're learning how to manifest, you know, with the snap of a fingers. It's almost like you're where people would typically just let their life go into disarray after a heartbreak, you're learning to empower yourself. It's almost like this heartbreak really leveled you up. Like you had to wake up from this, you had to let something go, or it let go of you. And it made you level up, because I can only hear like a comeback here. You're making a very powerful comeback. So let's move on to the love and relationship section, because I'm hearing some of you are really here for that, just to see what is coming up. Not saying that you need anything. And I feel like some of you aren't really looking for anybody either, but you know, it doesn't hurt to know what's coming up in December for you. So we have the Empress, centered and abundant. And I have to censor this for YouTube. So we have the Empress. You're definitely coming into this Empress energy, regardless of what your gender is or what you identify as. You are stepping into this beautiful, abundant Empress energy. We also have the Spirit of Rings. This is going to be the Knight of Pentacles, productivity and endurance. So yeah, you are definitely coming into, it's funny, I wanted to say king, the Spirit of Kings. So some of you are becoming very divine-like. Almost. It's like you're definitely going to have a glow about you. You may even have the abundance of a king, is what I'm hearing. But this is a Knight of Pentacles, and whatever progress you are making right now, do expect it to be long-lasting. If you are meaning to take this as a person, they will come through and they will be very reliable and very steadfast. I'm not sensing any chaos from them. They're going to be very much no nonsense, but at the same time, they're going to adore you. We also have the Four of Swords again, solitude and healing. Lots of healing in the month of December for you, pile 3, and I am here for it. You take your time. You please heal. Like, I am here to empower all the goodness within you. We also have the Dawn of Wands. Okay, this is the Page of Wands, inspiration and potential. You might make new friends that have a lot more youthful energy. You might have friends that are going to try and get you out of the house and maybe have a good time. And you might cave in every now and then, but only in moderation, I'm hearing. And then, okay, I'm getting 2 cards. We have the Five of Wands, frustration and opposition, and the Chariot, direction and willpower. And Chariot is one of those cards that moves forward very fast. And also this magic carpet. I was talking about Jasmine and her tiger from Aladdin. So maybe that movie is resonating. Maybe somebody lied to you, much the way Aladdin lied to Jasmine. But unlike Jasmine, you weren't going to tolerate, well, she didn't tolerate it either, but you weren't going to fall for that, because you kind of understood that this person, if they lied to you once, they will lie to you again. So this is something you really had to, excuse me, you really had to reconcile and make peace with. With the Five of Wands, though, this frustration and the opposition, yeah, this was more an internal battle than anything, because I feel like you really didn't want to let them go for whatever reason, or the situation. And again, this could be work or this could be love. For some of you, it's more work, because I do feel like you get lied to at work a lot. So you had to walk away from that in order to find a situation or a work environment that was better going to benefit you and get you ahead, or at least get you what you needed out of your career. Because whatever you were at previously was not giving you anything, despite the fact that you worked hard for it. Because with Chariot, we also have willpower. You were very willing to put in the work, and you were trudging through it. You were doing so well. But it's like no matter how much you gave, it was never enough, or they made you feel like you weren't enough. Again, this could be applied to both work and love situations. It could be both. For some of you, your love connection could be mirroring your work situation. Which is interesting, because now I kind of want to go into the career and money aspect of this. But do expect there to be people who encourage your healing, who are very loyal to you, and that they will acknowledge that you are stepping into this beautiful, powerful Empress energy. Whether this is new love or not, I think time will tell, because this is not the month for that right now, pile 3. I love you so much, but you need to heal before you truly move forward with your love life. If you're single, of course. If you're not single and you do have a person, I'm hearing that do expect this person to very much be behind everything you do. And they'll support you. They'll be very, even if they're typically not supportive, or even if they were against what you wanted to do, they will still support you regardless. Be it a partner or a friend, or even family member. Because sometimes you don't know how they'll actually react until you do the thing you said you were going to do. And then their reaction can surprise you. Okay, so career and money. We have the Mother of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles here. Yes, abundance is coming through. We also have the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the Empress again. You are becoming so abundant, pile 3. Like, even if it's not in the month of December, do expect it to be anytime soon, because you are setting up that energy within the month of December. And then the Mother of Wands. Okay, I think we have everybody except the Queen of Cups here. We have Wands, Pentacles, and Swords. The only thing that's missing is Cups, but that's only because I feel you're really trying not to let your emotions get in the way this month, pile 3. Otherwise, she would have shown up. In fact, what's back of the deck energy? 2 of Swords. Yeah, you're not allowing her through because you're trying to kind of stay out of your emotions right now, and that's fine. Sometimes we need to do that. But do know you are stepping into that Empress energy. And in order to get to that Empress energy, I like to think of her as a combination of all 4 of the queens. She's got a little bit of everybody. But let's focus on the Queen of Pentacles here. You are coming into abundance. I really feel you're somebody who knows how to manage your finances, which is interesting that we had the 10 of Swords here, because I feel like you will get a little bit anxious. You might be... Just watch your payments, because you don't want to fall behind on one. I feel like this is more of a warning than anything. And we do have a bull here, which reminds me of Taurus, which is, of course, a sign of money. They focus on material wealth. I'm saying this as a Taurus. Yeah, we care a little bit too much about it. But do take care of your finances. With the 5 of Pentacles here, you might be in a energy of scarcity. So while you're still healing your emotional body, your physical body, and even your heart, I feel like the finances are something that can possibly throw you off guard in the month of December. Just be careful of overspending. Again, don't feel the need to go out if you don't want to. If your friends insist on you going out, like, ask them if they can pay for you, even if it's just this once, and you'll pay them back, whenever you can. With the Empress here, though, I do feel like you will be catered to and you will have your needs met. For some of you, by friends, and for some of you, by a mother figure, especially if you have a mom who makes a lot of money, because we have the Mother of Wands here. This is the Queen of Wands. So if it's not another person, this could be you stepping into your confidence. I really feel like this financial baggage that you hold, either you will clear this out in the month of December and step into your most confident being, or I'm hearing a lot of you will prevent it. I'm hearing a lot of you will understand who and what you are and what exactly you can manifest. I feel like some of you are afraid of working with money when it comes to spell work or energy work, because you feel like there's a disconnect there, when the truth is it isn't. I was actually listening to something this morning that told me money is energy and you are energy, and if you are energy, then that means you're also money. So essentially, if you wanted to, you could make money out of anything, even if it's just for your time. So let's say somebody needs your help organizing something or moving something, ask if they don't mind getting you, compensating you for that, or at least, paying you in some respects. So that's one way you could see this through the month of December. But mostly I'm hearing that you will be fine, because this Empress energy is just rampant throughout this feminine energy that we were talking about in the oracles is so rampant throughout this entire tarot reading. And I can tell when you're in your feminine energy, you're willing to accept and receive. So some of you are really going through stepping out of this doing energy and stepping more into your receiving energy in the month of December. With the 2 of Swords here, I can tell, though, that you are kind of terrified of making any plans. But what's underneath that? The Chariot again. Yeah, don't be afraid to go forward because you are not somebody who holds on to fear, pile 3. Or at the very least, even if you are, month of December, get rid of those fears. We're in Sagittarius and Capricorn mode, and they are fearless signs. So let's move on to some closing advice from my lovely pile 3. I hope those were all in shot. I can't tell. Okay. But yeah, a lot of this spiritual work you've been doing is going to pay off, even if you feel like it won't. Though for some of you, I can tell that you know it will. So some advice cards. We have the Pokemon Oracle deck. And I love it so much because it always comes out of left field. It's very in your face and it's very honest. So it's the main reason I keep it around. That and Pokemon, of course. So we have... Oh. You need experience to evolve. So for some of you, I feel like you're taking this heartbreak or whatever you left from, I feel like you're taking this to mean that it was just another lesson that you needed to learn so that you could become the person that you need to be. We also have proximity to information improves performance. You're going to be getting a lot of intuitive downloads and you're going to be getting a lot of information either from other people or from certain resources. Essentially, for some of you, your meditation could be research. And then, don't compare yourself to others and don't judge them. You have no idea what their journey is all about. Some of you may be prone to judging others and thinking, well, why are they doing that and I'm not? Don't worry about that. That's their situation. And I promise you it's way different to yours. Even if it sounds similar. Because I feel like people sometimes try to make themselves sound like they're the same to everybody. I promise you, the secret to everybody's success, they will always leave out very key things. For a lot of people, it's the fact that they already came from a big financial backing. Like, the amount of YouTubers that I see that I know were already wealthy to begin with, but then they go on about how they make money on YouTube. I'm just like, I don't know. I try not to call it, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, and I'm not trying to call it out, but it's like, well, it's not fair to compare yourself to that person because they already had, you know, a leg up in certain things in their finances. All right, so let's see. Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. Yeah, I can tell you're somebody who wishes nothing but the best for other people, pile 3. And this kind of energy, this kind of way of looking at life is only going to give you a lot more in return. And I slow it down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Yeah, all this meditative energy, slowing down, listening to yourself, drinking your tea, writing, journaling, burning that which doesn't... You know what you're doing. Honestly, pile 3. Sometimes I can tell this is a pile that doesn't really need to be here. You're kind of just here for the affirmations and maybe some insights you weren't expecting. I'm getting one more for you because I love you. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Yeah, I can tell you're in this big energy of gratitude, pile 3. Because, I don't know, I just really love this energy. It's really lovely. But the fact that you are working on your abundance, I feel like that was just such a heavy thing for you. But just know that it is coming in for you, pile 3, because you deserve it, because you're a great person and you do nothing more than add to the beautiful vibration of this planet. So I promise you, it'll come to you. It'll come to you. I wish I could give you a hug and just love you because I don't think you understand how much people truly appreciate the kind of energy you bring. But that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and for being in this beautiful energy. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Please take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose this green calcite and the Celebrate Your Wins card, then we have your reading for the month of December. This is number 49. So if you notice a change in lighting, it's because I'm recording this entire video kind of out of order. I'm doing the intro last because of things going on, but we're going to start with your oracles to see what's going on in the month of December. And already I can tell you're going to be celebrating something big in December. Not just the holidays, not just a birthday, but there's something noteworthy that may be celebrated. So let's look at your oracle cards to see what else is coming up. We have wisdom, learning, joy, art, and music with number 29. We also have clean your space, number 9. Okay, so 999. 9 is a number of community. So for some of you, you could be doing something where you're giving back to your community, or your community is giving back to you. For some of you, I'm hearing a promotion for some reason. Okay, we also have 38, lizard spirit, dream the world into being. You got 2 animal cards, seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Steps ahead is all you need, 41. And self-care, if not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other, number 31. So a lot of you, self-care has kind of been a big thing in like all of the piles today. Some more in different ways than others. But here I'm getting a sense that you've been waiting for something for a while, and you're finally going to hear about it in the month of December, and you're going to celebrate this. Because with watch and wait and dream the world into being, I can tell this is something that has to do with your life purpose, or maybe just something that you really wanted to do. It could be a business you wanted to take off, or it could be something for the community, because I did bring up number 9. Something very altruistic, something where you're going to make a difference in people's lives. For some of you, if you work within the school system, it could have something to do with that as well. Maybe you were trying to get something approved so that, you know, the students you teach would be able to have something. Steps ahead is all you need. I feel like all you were doing was focusing on like the next step and seeing how you can get from point A to point B to point C to point D, you know, just all those points. And at some point, you had to surrender, because I feel like the clean your space and self-care are very similar. For some of you, self-care is cleaning your space. Maybe you're prone to neglect your surroundings whenever you're busy. So in taking care of your home, your bedroom, wherever it is that you reside the most, you're actually taking care of yourself. And I feel like that also helps you distract from the thing you are waiting on. Or clearing out clutter can also help you bring in new things into your life, is what I'm hearing. With wisdom, learning, joy, art, and music. This is what makes me think of teaching, but I'm also wondering if you're allowing yourself to be creative, because I feel like that's also a form of self-care. Again, it's like being creative for yourself. Especially if you're somebody who has a job within a creative field, you might draw for like a company, or you might come up with certain things for a company, but you have to make sure that you're also doing that exact same thing that you do for somebody else, that you do for money, for yourself. For example, I'm doing a lot of tarot readings for YouTube, because that's kind of what I want to do. I love it. It's fun. I love reading for people. At one point, I forgot that I also had to start reading for myself, just do self-readings. And even though they're not my favorite, because I tend to misinterpret things, I forgot how fun it was to just shuffle cards and draw them out for myself for random questions, not even anything heavy or big. It would just be like, what is the take on this situation? Or how will tomorrow go? Or what energy should I focus on? It's that kind of energy. Whatever you do, especially if it's something that you love to do for a living, that you'd love to do for a job, make sure you're also doing that for fun. Another example is I keep using myself because can't think of anything else. Like, I decorate cakes for work. That's my job. That's my main way of bringing in money. But I haven't baked a cake in my own house ever, I think. I don't think in this specific house, which I've lived in almost 2 years now, I don't think I've ever baked a cake. Which is very odd, because I used to bake cakes all the time before it became, you know, a full-time job. And it's that kind of mentality. You want to keep it alive within your heart, and and I feel like for some of you, this could actually inspire you to take new ways of doing this within your actual job. So it'll make it easier. But that's just one thing. That doesn't really have to do with it might have to do with this one. It might have to do with whatever you're celebrating. Maybe you posted something to a contest and you're trying to win. Or for some of you, I'm hearing it's a promotion. Maybe you were submitting some of your work to somewhere so that you could be selected. So if that resonates, you know, just see that as confirmation that you will likely have a very favorable outcome. And then for some of you, this might be bigger. For some of you, it's a scholarship I'm hearing. So again, if you have something where you do creative things, for me, it was writing when I was trying to get into college. So you're just trying to compile a big, whatever inspired you to do this, take that as the main inspiration I'm hearing, and add that as part of your collection of things that you're going to send, your profile. Is that the word? Whatever. Make it part of the collection of portfolio. Sorry, your portfolio. I haven't used that word in a minute. Okay, so yeah, make that part of your portfolio so people know what the heart of what you do is what I'm hearing. And I feel like that will definitely help you win over certain people. But despite this, I feel like there's a lot going on for you in the month of December, pile 4. And I love all of it. There's just so much color. I feel like you're doing a little bit of everything at once, but at the back of your mind is this one thing that you really, really want to get. And it all comes through self-care, as well as cultivating that same thing that you do, but in a way that is personal to you, so that you keep adding heart and love into it. With the seahorse spirit here, I love seahorses because I love that the males of seahorses are the ones who carry the babies. They're the ones who get pregnant. So I'm wondering if you'll be meeting somebody who kind of reverses gender roles on you, but in a way that you're comfortable. It's almost like there's no expectation of gender roles. Maybe you come from a background or a family or some kind of situation where there were expected gender roles, but you're going to be meeting, if it's not a partner, it could be a friend. You're going to be seeing this a lot more. Somewhere where the unexpected kind of becomes the norm, and you love seeing that, so you kind of implement that into your life. And with clean your space, this could also be a call to clean your energetic field. That card was actually in a different group, so I guess you couldn't have the card in both groups, but do take this as a sign to clear your energetic field if you're into that kind of stuff, of course. I feel some of you could be sound healers because we do have a sitar here. So let me know in the comments if this is true, because we also have this play button, or no, this is the, whatchamacallit, the fast forward button. So it makes me think of music. Some of you might use music to heal and cleanse yourself. But let's move on to your tarot to see what the month of December brings for you, my lovely pile 4. So we're going to use the Star Child Tarot. We have 3 sections to the tarot in the monthlies. We have general reading, and that's what I'm going to use this deck for. Then we have love and relationships, and then we have career and money. And the career and money has been crazy for a lot of people. Except one pile who's got it all figured out, I guess. But let's see. So we have the 4 of Swords. This came out in the last pile as well. Lots of rest. Lots of self-care in the month of December. I think that's for everyone across the board. We also have the 6 of Wands, and this came out in a different pile. I want to say it was pile 2. We have the Queen of Crystals. This is the Queen of Pentacles here. She reminds me of what's her name? Carol G? I forgot her name, but I listened to like all her music and I love her, but I don't know. But we have a tiger here, Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Sun, beautiful. And 10 of Swords. Okay. Some of you are preparing for the worst with the 10 of Swords here. It's like you don't even know if you won or not, and you're already lamenting the fact that you could possibly lose. I'm getting a little bit of drama queen energy here from the Sun, actually. And I'm not meaning to call you out on it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but if you're prone to that kind of dramatic behavior, I know I am. That's the only reason I'm able to call it out. I'm saying this is so much love, pile 4, I promise. Back of the deck energy, 10 of Cups. Because yeah, we have the 10 of Swords, but the back of the deck energy was the 10 of Cups. So you may thought you have lost something, but then it turns out that you actually win. You could have been a runner-up and the original winner was not able to, maybe they got disqualified, or maybe they found out something. I don't know. Whatever it is, fate is intervening and you're going to end up winning or coming on top. With the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Wands, though, it's almost like your success depends on whether you give yourself enough self-love and care. because I feel it's one of those things that's out of your control. You may be somebody who doesn't like to not be in control. Or sorry, you might be somebody who likes to be in control. So when you're not in control, it can kind of put you in a weird space. I'm getting that from the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun, because the Sun is Leo. And the Queen of Crystals, the Queen of Pentacles gives me like Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And earth signs can be, they like to have their control, as can Leo. So I feel like whenever something is out of your control, you tend to get a little anxious, maybe a little depressed. But the thing is, you have to keep faith with the Six of Wands here that you will come out on top, because here we have the Ten of Pentacles, the card of emotional satisfaction. So regardless of what goes on with it, even if you lose, it could be that it's for the better, and you may not realize this until after the fact, or you may realize this at the last minute. But yeah, just self-care so that you're not so hard on yourself, my dear pile 4. For some of you, self-care could also be a way of distracting you from the subject at hand. You could try to invest in like a spa day or something, just to get your mind off things, so that negative energy doesn't just accumulate within yourself and you let it, affect you. So let's go into the love and relationship portion of your reading using the Accurate AF Tarot. We have the Ten of Swords. Again, karmic lessons and only upwards. I feel like, well, no, let me continue. The Page of Pentacles, reflection and diligence. We also have the Nine of Wands, test of strength and perseverance. We also have the Ace of Cups, spirituality and fulfillment. There's a new connection here after having been through some quite intense stuff with some previous people. And the Fool, optimism and freedom. So when it comes to your love connections and friendships, I'm getting more love than anything. Some of you may have left behind somebody that was not good for you, or a situation, some kind of friend group. Let's see if I got that energy. Justice, yeah. Some kind of friend group where you were not being treated well. This could also be a partner that just left you very anxious, or probably brought out a lot of anxiety within you, even if you typically aren't that kind of person. Because we also have the Dawn of Rings, Page of Pentacles, reflection and diligence. It's almost like you kept feeling that you were just not enough, because the Page of Pentacles can be somebody who's starting something, somebody with a lot of promise. But if you're always in that energy, it can feel like you're never allowed to advance forward into being, the knight, the queen, the king, whatever, what have you. So whomever this person was keeping you very small. And with the Nine of Wands, I could tell that it took a lot for you to walk away, pile 4. It took a long time for you to walk away, either a long time or just a lot of energy. This could also be a friend group, but for a lot of you, this will be a partner. With the Justice here, karmic balance and understanding. I feel like a lot of you understand that you had to go through this just so you could see what else is out there for you, that you had to understand what you don't want in order to know what you do want. And I feel like you gave this person a lot of chances. So the Justice card comes in to say, okay, enough is enough, because we have to balance this out. If this person wouldn't give you as many chances, why are you giving them that many chances? With the Ace of Cups, do expect to find new friends or possibly partners or connections that will put you in this energy of optimism and freedom. I feel like a lot of you are going to go into a stage of just having a lot of casual encounters, let's put it that way. You might just be dating, you might just be having fun, and that's great. So I feel like you're definitely going to feel free, and this may allow you to step more into your power as well. I'm hearing to go into the money and career aspect of this, because I'm going to get some more information here. But yeah, you're going to be in a much more different space, pile 4. So we also have the Chariot moving forward, the Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Cups again. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of emotional fulfillment in the month of December, pile 4. We also have the Lovers. I knew this was going to come up. You're going to meet somebody at work or through whatever it is that you do for a living. You're going to meet somebody through the way that you make money. It could be through a collaboration. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. This is going to be somebody who reciprocates. They give as much as they take. And this is going to be somebody, because I feel like whomever you were with, either they took a lot or even if they did give back, it was never what you wanted. It was never, it's like there was a disconnect between understanding your needs. And this person, whoever's coming through, they're going to be able to understand your needs with the emotional fulfillment here. But this will be somebody you meet through work, because actually this person, whoever you were with, was keeping you behind in your career. For whatever reason, they were keeping you behind, because suddenly we have the Chariot. And then we have the Mother, the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who is able to get her finances in gear, somebody who really has her shit together, essentially. And then we have emotional fulfillment. Your work situation is going to start feeling so much better. If you feel like your work situation was actually crap, it could have been due to this partner and you weren't even realizing it, because you were kind of keeping that under wraps with your partner, or if you live with your partner at home. And then when you went to work, you were taking it out on everybody there, or on your whatever was going on. You could have been taking it out on your own work, and it could have been affecting your performance. But once they leave the picture, you'll see, like, people will even notice, because we have two major arcana cards here. No other section of this of this reading has that. I just had to double check. You're going to see a major shift in your career and finances once you leave this person. You could also see your finances flourish. You could see with the Six of Pentacles here, that's also balance. You could start seeing yourself saving and spending at a much better balance. Maybe when you were with this person, you felt the need to spend more, or you were taking care of them financially for whatever reason. So they're no longer draining your bank. They're no longer draining your energy. They're no longer keeping you behind in your career. And this is lovely. I definitely feel this 10 of Cups energy come through. You will feel so much more satisfied. You're going to be happier once you leave this person. We also have the Page of Swords here. So this new partner that's coming in, they could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or they could just be very intellectual. They definitely think with their mind. We also have the Magician. This could be you, but I'm getting this is more the person you're going to meet. So they're going to be more of a Gemini Virgo type, somebody with a lot of Mercury, or just a very strong Mercury in general, but essentially somebody who has a lot of power and who can manifest and who can definitely hook you up with whatever it is that you need, because they will see all the great things within you. Pile 4. And this is very lovely. Some of this may spill into January, especially if you're delaying it, because I'm getting the feeling that some of you haven't even left this person yet, or that you're afraid, because now I'm seeing this 10 of Swords differently. I feel like some of this anxiety, whether you could make it on your own or not, it's all within you. And I feel like there's some guilt there of having to leave somebody behind as well, especially because we do have, we have the Queen of Pentacles twice. But notice how they're so different. Here she's away from this tiger and not wanting to nurture. Not saying that she's not nurturing, but they're not even facing each other. She's looking at the moon and this tiger's facing away. And then here we have this dear mother and this baby, and they're snuggling together. So I feel like you're still going to be your Queen of Pentacles self, determined and stable and financially savvy, but you're going to have a much more nurturing side to you. You're going to be softer once you leave this person, and people will be able to tell. And I feel like this is part of the reason you'll be able to attract somebody new in, somebody who knows what they're doing, and somebody who really wants to see you thrive on all levels. I think some people, when they tell you they want to see you thrive and they want to support you, they only say it just to say it, and because they know that that's what like a good partner is supposed to do and or be, but they don't always mean it. But that is all I have for the tarot. Let's move on to... I just noticed some of these cards were out of frame. I'm so sorry, pile 4. I probably did this whole reading like that. I'm sure you couldn't even see half the cards. But luckily, I try to say everything that I see. Okay, so some final... Oh, and I forgot to pick out a love oracle card for you. I think I forgot that for pile 3 as well. Pile 3 didn't want anything to do with love, though. And that's fair. That's part of the reason I didn't get it. But let me get a love card for you. And just whatever I said about the love reading, just take this with that. So for you, we have psychic connection. There is a strong psychic connection between you and this person. She thinks exactly the same as you. Your intuition is telling you the right thing about the situation and this person. Whomever you're meeting, you will have a psychic link. You will think very similarly. And it might freak you out at first, but you'll definitely notice because you'll communicate very effectively, almost to the point where it's like scary how they kind of knew what you were going to do and how, how you plan stuff. And back of the deck energy, one more try. For some of you, this could be somebody coming back, or it could be somebody that you couldn't give a chance because you were in another connection. Give your relationship another chance. This card is a sign that a connection is not over and that both parties still have a path to go together. It is worth fighting for this love. It could also be this person you left behind. And it's up to you whether you want to take them back or not. But I'm hearing it's either somebody that you couldn't give a chance before, or it'll be the person you left behind coming back saying that they've changed. But it's up to you what you do with that pile 4. I'm not here to make decisions for you. I just wish you the best and try to give you insight. So we have the Super Attractors cards for final advice. We have, it's good to feel good. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. This also came out for pile 3. I wonder if some of you are from pile 3 as well. And I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. And this is very similar to what I was telling pile 1, where you just have to make positive words and positive affirmations, all the good things, make them familiar to you. Be comfortable with it. Make it secondhand to just always look at the beautiful things, or the beautiful side of things, I mean. Because there's a lot of green here as well, and that makes me think of heart chakra, your heart space. And yeah, it is good to feel good. And then we have the Pokemon cards for my lovely pile 4. Oh, we have Jolteon, Burn, Feeble Foundation, Unavoidable Crisis. This could have been what you left behind. Like it was inevitable that you were going to have to leave them behind for whatever reason. And then we have, this also came out in the last pile. You need experience to evolve. You could have seen this situation you left behind as another stepping stone in your long life of lessons to learn. And we have Abra, and he's a psychic Pokemon. So it's funny that you get a lot of psychic cards. If you stop and reflect on it for about a year, you'll realize that the past, present, and future are the same. This was also coming through in pile 1. I feel like some of you are also coming from pile 1. The month of December is going to feel both like a year, a week, and a day all in one. It's like time in December is just going to be ridiculous. It's going to go by fast, but it's also going to feel like a long time for some of you. Also, I'm thinking of illusions here. Like, what illusions are you telling yourself? Because for some of you, I feel like there's an illusion that you don't deserve all the good things, or that you automatically lose until you win. When the truth is, you could always look at it more like you will win until you lose. Like, just it's the, what is it, the theory or the law of assumption? Yeah, something about the law of assumption. Just accept and assume that you will win, that you will get everything you want, and it will come to you. Pile 4. But I leave you here with these beautiful cards, and thank you so much for letting me read for you, pile 4. Let me know if any of this resonated, or if you want to claim it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.